I'll be covering the nutrition part for the most part, and I'll be teaching the lifting parts on the Saturday. And we'll do stations and on really good form and how to really start putting on some weight if you're lifting and doing that side of it. But the main thing I want to talk about today is nutrition. I want to give you a visual representation. Every one of these are full. I'm not going to let you touch it because this is my lunch tomorrow. But everyone can see these are full, okay? These is broccoli, tuna, and potatoes. And the other ones, a couple of them have green beans and a couple of them have pork in it, not tuna. But it takes, all four of these are 1,165 calories. This is 1,230. That's what, because I keep getting comments on people hitting me up saying, you're eating so much, you're eating so much. I'm eating for 2 days, but I'm eating more than this, but the amount of calories, this is just a representation. Now I want to talk for a second about nutrition. I'm going to take vitamin, we got vitamin A, that's the biggest discrepancy here. When I eat this, I get 8.2% of my vitamin A. That's for the day, right? When I eat this in vitamin A, I'm getting 1,852.5% in my daily intake. So the Pentagon just released, when I shared it with him in 2018, I think it was, the Pentagon released a study that was done. This is the first time in the history of the world that we're not only obese, but we're malnourished. So people are dying 300 pounds overweight from lack of nourishment. And that's what we have to talk about with nutrition. And it's going to be, I'm going to be honest with you, this is tempting. I mean, this is sitting right here and I can smell these fries, right? It's tempting, but this will kill you. Over time, this will kill you. You eat this one time, no. But when you eat this over a period of time, it causes you to get fat. Let's don't use that word. It causes you to become obese, and it also causes you all kind of health issues. This stuff has been linked, 5 fatty foods have been linked to erectile dysfunction. It's been linked, as meaning we don't want that, right? So we need to avoid this style of food. That's where we get into whole foods, real foods, foods without the chemicals. Another thing, this has trans fat in it. Trans fat doesn't exist in nature. You will never find trans fat in anything that has lived, eats, walked, we grow it. There's no trans fat in it. But it is in here. We don't need it to survive. As a matter of fact, our body doesn't know what to do with it, and that's also part of the problem. So what will happen is, over the next few weeks and months, I'll try to show you how I do it. It's not one size fits all. What works for me may not fit for you, or it may not work for you. You know, I take the hour and a half on Saturday or Sunday to prep my meals when I'm away from home for the whole week. And I do that so I don't put myself in a position to eat this. Because if you allow yourself to get hungry, at least me, once I'm hungry, I don't make the best decision. So if I skip breakfast, let's say, I forget my lunch, and it comes lunchtime, maybe 1 o'clock, I might end up here too, right? So that's what I'm trying to do is teach you how to prepare and avoid this. But if you get a chance, come up here and take a look. Right here, this is linked from the USDA. This has the nutritional breakdown of what you sit here in front of you. And keep in mind, this is 4 different meals I would eat to equal the same amount of calories in this one meal. So take a look here, see what you're saying, and you'll realize, I think Marshall brought up in one of our meetings, that when you start eating like this, you're never hungry. You're not hungry, because if I eat this at 10 o'clock and this at 2 o'clock, and I had breakfast, I still have over 1,000 calories to eat for dinner. Well, you can see right here, this is 1,165 calories. So for dinner, I can eat a massive amount of food. And I've been eating all day long. I've been getting the proper nutrition I need. I'm coming in here, burning energy. I'm never hungry. I just do not get hungry when I eat this way. Now, I eat this way, I'm getting no nutritional value. I eat this, by dinner time I'm hungry. Let's say I eat this again, I still haven't brought in nutritional value that I need, and then I'm going into the next day deficient on nutrition, rinse and repeat. So not only am I getting bigger, I'm lacking in nutrition. So that's where the health problems start coming in, high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, all that stuff. That's what we're trying to do. The good news is, we get here, we start working here, we really get dedicated and committed here, a lot of that stuff goes away. But you really start seeing health benefits start coming back relatively quickly. That's pretty much all I want to hit on that. We'll talk about it over the next few weeks. I'll show you how I prep it, which I already put one video out. I'll show you some of the meals we do for dinner. We haven't focused on dinner yet. And there's some freedom in it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and we're not here to teach perfection, so you don't have to be exactly perfect. And if you'll notice, Chad posted something the other day when he was at Cracker Barrel. He posted that he went to Cracker Barrel. He didn't have the opportunity to eat at home, to eat the way he was exactly supposed to. So he made a good choice at Cracker Barrel. Was it perfect? No, but it was a lot better than Uncle Herschel's special, you know, which is my default, right? So that's what we're heading for, and that's what we're trying to teach you how to do. So if you have any questions through this, hit me up. I'll help you any way I can. And like I said, it's not one size fits all. So if it doesn't work for you, or if you see something I'm doing and you don't want to do it, don't. Find what works for you. Yes, sir.
These are to be heated and eat.
What I do is I take these, stick it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and eat it. That's it.
Okay, do you have meals that you don't have access to a microwave?
Now I do not, because I do have access to a microwave at work. But yeah, I mean, I could eat this cold, I guess. But I guess there's other alternatives you could do. Like you could do a tuna, maybe some fruit, maybe something like that. You could kind of come with a different angle. But I can come up with some for you. But I usually do have a way to heat, so I can understand that, right? Yeah, I do personally though. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
I'm not a junk food eater much. I don't go to McDonald's and that kind of thing. I eat, my wife is a good cook and we eat a lot of vegetables and protein. So that my problem is I have an enormous appetite. How do I go about controlling that? I can't eat an 8-ounce steak. I gotta have a 16-ounce steak. I can't eat,
Well, that's part of it. That's going to be on you to figure out. Because in order to lose weight over time, you have to put yourself in a caloric deficit. That's the only way. So the only way to do that is you're going to have to say, let's say your calories are 1,500 a day, I don't know what they are, 2,000 a day, let's say, right? You're going to have to eat under 2,000 calories a day to lose weight. That'll be up to you to find the balance. And that's what may be different for you. Maybe you can eat your 8 ounces of steak or whatever, and then maybe a little less on the carbohydrates and work on the, and more vegetables. But that's up to you to find that balance. That's why it's not one size fits all. But the formula is still the same. You need to get in that calorie deficit. That's up to you to figure out how to get there, but I'll help you any way I can, but it'll be maybe playing with the way you consume protein versus carbohydrates, maybe a little different. So that's just, yeah, you know what? Sometimes we get used to a certain feeling of we're supposed to feel full, and you don't have to feel full, always feel full. Like if I eat this meal right here, I'm not going to feel the same as if I eat this meal. I'm not going to feel full, but I'm going to be full. And we've got used to just gorging ourselves on food, and some of that will get easier as you get used to it maybe, but that'll be up to you to figure out exactly how to key that in. I want to add something on, he made me think about something. I was reading over the USDA website when I was pulling this up, and 33% of the American population eats fast food once a day. Think about that for a second. 33% eat fast food once a day. So they're at 1,230 calories, little nutrition, and they're doing it every day. That right there correlates into 70% of the population, this United States population, is overweight, and 40% of those 70% are obese. And then you get down about 25% or so are in the 35 BMI or higher, which is at risk of dying of heart attack, like that. So it's this that's doing it. Now, and as far as learning to control portions, that's something that we all are going to struggle with. I can go ahead and tell you that. That's tough, figuring out how to do it. So for me, I have to measure it and weigh it. But now I can eat my big meal at dinner because I'm saving 1,000 calories for dinner. So at that point, I don't eat any more than 4 ounces of meat. I only eat 4 ounces of meat at a meal. But I can really pile on the potatoes and pile on a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruit at that meal as well. Anybody else have anything? Yes, sir.
Just wondering about, obviously you're eating like 5 small meals a day versus intermediate fasting. What's your take on that?
I personally don't intermittent fast. Intermittent fast, what it does is it puts you in a caloric deficit. It's doing the exact same thing. And some people it works for, some it does not. And so it's kind of your preference. If you can get away with eating 2 meals in a 4-hour window and you can stay under your caloric amount for the day, that's fine. It'll lose weight for you. I can't do that. If I don't eat for 14 hours, I'm going to go eat this. Because that's the way I'm going to work. I'm going to get hungry and I'm going to start convincing myself that this is okay. That doesn't work for me. Doesn't mean it won't work for you, but it doesn't work for me. So you figure out what works for you. If intermittent fasting works for you, go for it. The health benefits of intermittent fasting, some of those are linked to your intestines and stuff, or getting a chance to take a break, and it allows you to get some benefit from that. But as far as losing weight from it, it's that caloric deficit. So ultimately, if you can create the caloric deficit in there, and you have the energy to get through your workouts, and you feel good, do it. Me, I don't feel good if I do it, so I don't do it. But absolutely, if it works for you, try it. Yes, sir.
Let's just say, for instance, you got chicken over there a certain amount, right?
Right.
Let's say you go to Chick-fil-A and you get grilled chicken. Is their chicken any different than your chicken?
Well, I wouldn't go to Chick-fil-A, but myself, I wouldn't eat fast food, okay? But let's say that I went to let's just use Chick-fil-A for example, though. Let's say we do go to Chick-fil-A. I don't know, their calories are going to be on the most menus, right? So I can get the calories. The chicken itself may not be different, but I don't know what it's cooked in. I don't know what oil it was put in. I don't know, so as far as it comes like putting trans fat in the body and things in the body, I don't know what was in it.
I'm just saying if it's grilled.
If it's grilled chicken, theoretically, the 4 ounces of chicken should be the 4 ounces of chicken. Theoretically, yes. And that's what, if I get caught somewhere, or if I go out to eat, we go to Barley's occasionally, and I go to Barley's, I'll get the grilled salmon and salad. I don't know for sure 100% what's in their grilled salmon, but I know it's coming out about 6 ounces, and I know the salad's pretty good, and it works for me. I don't feel like crap, and so I mean, I do it too. And you're gonna see me screw up on this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yes, sir.
How about the beer?
The beer, I think I told this story to some of y'all. Let me tell you, this is bad. I like beer, and that's the hardest part for me because I want to drink occasionally. But I'll be at Barley's every Friday night having 1, maybe 2 beers, and I'd have some food. Well, I was in here working out, killing it, and I was trying to lose that last few percentage body fat to be where I wanted to be. And I couldn't quite get there. Well, one night I happened to Google and started looking up the beer I was drinking, which was an oatmeal porter. It was 283 calories. It takes me 18 minutes to burn off 283 calories on a treadmill. There's no beer in the world worth me running for 18 minutes. It does not happen, guys. So for me, the beer just kind of went away. I quit drinking. That's just me. But your level of commitment, if you don't, you may not want to be at 12% body fat. If your goal is to lose, to be at 25% body fat or whatever, your commitment doesn't have to be my level of commitment. You still need to create the deficit over time, but you don't have to be as extreme as I am. Be where you're comfortable. And you know what? Let the mirror decide. When you look in the mirror and you're feeling good, you're looking where you want to be, then you're good. Then that's your goal. Then you just kind of eat healthy and balance it. That's kind of, you don't have to be as extreme as I am. But to me, that beer, I'm not running 18 minutes. I'm just not doing it if I can help it. So this is not just me. Anybody else?
Should you not get most of your calories as early in the day as you can, as opposed to?
No, that was something they said a long time ago. But what the body doesn't know a 24-hour clock. We use a 24-hour clock because we sleep, we get up, we go back to work. But your body's over time. So if you were to go today and I was to eat 5,000 calories today, right? But then tomorrow I'm right back on track. I don't gain all that weight from those calories because it's over time. The body's going to process it. Some of it's going to go as waste. It's going to move. So it's not a 24-hour clock. So what it is we use 24 hours because that's easy for us to track. So I'm saying for myself, 2,300 calories for me. I lose weight, 2,300 calories for a 24-hour period. But the body doesn't know a 24-hour period. So I'm watching that weight loss over a long period of time. So what time you eat doesn't matter. I get home from the gym usually about 9 o'clock at night, and I eat 1,100, 1,200 calories, whatever I got left. After I eat today, whatever I have left, I will eat at night before I go to bed. Your body does not know the difference. And a matter of fact, having a little bit of nourishment in your body when you go to sleep, when you go through your sleep cycles, your body uses that protein that you have stored in your body to recover, which you recover when you sleep. So having that does help you to have food in your body when you sleep. Because you guys, hopefully, you'll come in here, you'll find a passion here, you'll tear these muscles down, and you'll need them to recover. And they recover when you sleep. That brings us to the second point. Sleep's very important. There's a study that talks about, that was done, that says that if you, let's see how I can explain this, so I explain it the right way. Okay, like last night was daylight savings time, right? All of us theoretically lost an hour of sleep. Historically, today, 24% more chance to have a heart attack because of the lack of 1 night of sleep, 1 hour of sleep. So now that's correlation, that's not causation. But as you look at this over time, sleep's important. You need that 8 hours of sleep. And that's something that if you really want to be healthy, you need to make time to sleep. And I know we all get busy and we get home, we're tired, maybe we watch TV. Got to make time to sleep. Your body needs to repair itself, it needs to heal itself. And actually, you probably start sleeping a little better once you start working out anyway, because you're going to be tired. So, hopefully. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Snacks.
Snacks, I do snack. I know that I have myself 2,300 a day, so I snack. If as long as I stay within my 2,300, I snack. One of my go-to snacks is I like applesauce, no sugar added, plain applesauce. I like to put pumpkin. You can get canned pureed pumpkin. I like to put it out because you get a lot of fiber from the pumpkin, and I add cinnamon to it. Mix it up, and I like to eat that. Now I measure it. I give about 200-300 calories there. It's a good snack for me. It's so sweet tasting to me, so it adds me, like, especially if I just worked out or getting ready to work out, something like that really gives me a boost of energy. And you'll see that too when you cut the sugar out of your diet. If you really try to work that out of your diet, you'll see that foods that are like the sweet potatoes are really going to make you feel good. You're going to feel almost a little high from it because that sugar you really feel it in your body because you're not used to this. Right now you're kind of just drugged with all the sugar that we eat, and that'll help. You'll see. That's what I do snack, absolutely.
What about nuts and carrots and things like that?
Nuts and carrots, those are fine. But again, nuts are, just because it's healthy doesn't mean it's perfect for you. Nuts are very calorically dense. They're really good for you, and I eat them myself. But make sure you weigh them, because you'd be surprised how quick you're 800 calories in just nuts.
We heard about almonds, but a lot of fat in almonds.
It's good fat.
It's good
Almonds, things like avocado, some of the fish, they give you really good fats that your body needs to. What you don't want is this trans fat and the stuff that these French fries were fried in. That's not the good kind of fat. The good kind of fat you're talking about is in nuts.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anybody else? All right, I'll turn the floor back over to KC. If anybody has